Let's rock and roll. I
We
accidentally found out about this, and you know what? We love it. So
seconds ago. She found out about it seconds ago.
completely by accident, but hey, we love it. We love it.
Nicole, I've missed you. We've got a special guest
Oh,
on this show, and we're going to talk to
and
her in
it's
just a
not
minute.
me. Got it.
It's not you, but this is your chance. Update us. What is the dirt, Nicole Mendes? What's been going on since our last episode?
Great. So much, so much. So I'm back in Dallas. I moved up on Monday, on Labor Day. Had a roommate, was going and visiting a couple of different houses because I'm staying with a friend until next week. We're supposed to move in next week. This is me just trauma dumping at this point. This isn't even the dirt. This is me trauma dumping.
Oh boy.
And we're like getting to it fast and heavy and hard.
We're
Um,
75 seconds into this podcast. Please
yeah.
keep going.
Buckle up, kiddos. Here we go. Mama's driving. And I get a text from what was gonna be my roommate at like 4:40 after I spent the whole day, probably toured like 7 or 8 different houses. And she's like, "Hey, I actually want to live by myself." And I was like, "Ooh, cool," because I passed up on like 2 other housing opportunities to live with you, and then you let me know like the week before we're supposed to like live together. So I found out about that yesterday, and I won't lie, I cried. I called my mom and I was like, "Mom, I don't know what to do. I'm questioning everything in my life. Like, oh my gosh." She goes, "It's gonna be fine." And I was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be real okay. Yeah." I go to bed, I have a good cry. I wake up and I'm like, "It's gonna be fine." I bounced back really quickly. I went shopping, I bought chocolate, I
Wait,
bought like a
so
little
when
treat,
you
but
didn't text me back last night, it's because you were crying?
to be yes.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
yes.
you for the honesty. This is how we operate.
I
And
so
now I'm
desperately
I'm glad to
wanted
know
to say
why.
no. But you know what I figured? I was like, "You know what? I went to church last night and I was like, you know what? God's got me. Jesus, he's got my back. He's got my back. Like, no need to stress." Like, even though my heart wants to be like, like, there's kind of a need to stress. I'm like, no, 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 no. There's no need. So it's gonna get figured out. I'm working on it this week. I will move into my house or apartment either next week or the week after, but it's gonna get worked out. So yeah.
There we go. It went from Mama's driving to Jesus take the wheel. I love that.
Jesus, take the wheel. Great. Anything new?
My life's great. I can't lie to you. Things are going
Cool.
fairly well.
Oh, I'd love that for you.
Yeah, I am now in this very room hosting a post-game show after Alabama football games, an hour after the game ends, alongside Christian Miller, linebacker, much bigger than me, could rip me apart if he wanted to.
Is he in
Uh,
the room with you?
he's right now, no, but yes, when we do the show. And that's been going well. I've had to adjust to a new game day life because I've worked some game days, but there have been many game days where I've gone as a fan. And when you go to college football games as a fan, you indulge in fan activities. I've had to firmly switch up my Saturday lifestyle.
It's time to grow up, Gray.
If you
It's time to grow up.
understand what I'm saying,
It's time to grow up.
yes. Our
No.
guest is nodding. I think she knows she's picking up what I'm putting down quite literally.
Literally. Speaking of our guest, who is it?
So, all right. I've got the full bio up.
The
But
bio.
the bio, but I wanted to first introduce her as a dear friend who I met through text and got to know over text for 2 years before I finally met her. She has recently retired from Athletes Unlimited on the field. Off the field, we'll talk about her exploits. She was the first All-American in Loyola Marymount history, and then kept doing a bunch of stuff between now and then that we'll talk about during this interview. Our guest today is the GOAT, the ultimate Harry Potter fan, and an epic individual, Sam Fischer. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Samu.
Hey guys, thanks for the intro.
You're so accomplished.
I'm just trying my best.
I mean,
Just
we
out
could
here
have
trying.
spent the whole show just reading the bio. It is multiple pages.
Well, listen, when you age and you just like get older, you tend to do more things. So longevity.
Yeah, growing up, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
I feel that. Hey, so you retired.
I did.
It's over.
Hey, so you retired.
I mean,
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask because
Smooth.
one of the things you haven't told me is when you realized it was time. Because one day we just got a text like, "Hey, Sam's retiring," and we were like, "What?" So when did you realize it was time?
I realized after last season. I started kind of like toying it around after the season ended, and it just started to feel more and more right that it was going to be it. One more season felt really good to say out loud, go out and do it again. But then it just kind of started as a little bit of a cloud, and then it just more and more solidified as time passed on. And I had known pretty certainly that I was going to retire pretty early on.
That was poetic. It started off as the cloud and then like
you.
became solid. I love that. Wow.
Thank you. It was like kind of cartoonish in my brain.
Yeah, I love it.
I can see the animation now.
Oh yeah, I live life animated. So
if you haven't met Sam, if you have met Sam, you know exactly what she's talking about. If you haven't, you'll probably figure it out by the end of the dirt today. So there we go. So how was this last season? Because I mean, you always talk about like give us the dirt. How was this last season? Because it's all right, like this is my last season. I want to go out with a bang. Like you always try to play like, oh, I want to play free every year. But there is a little bit more freedom in knowing like, hey, this is it. Like ain't nothing after this.
yeah,
How was it?
it was great. Honestly, people asked me all throughout season how I was feeling, what was going through my head, and I was astounded at how normal I felt. I thought it was kind of weird that I didn't feel weirder. I thought I'd be a lot more emotional more often, but it just felt like I like what you said, Mendy, that about going out with a bang, because one thing that I learned early on is if I made goals that were related to performance, and I relate going out with a bang as performance, like just smashing it up. I was not setting myself up for success. So my goal going into this season was to empty the tank. And I really, really believe that I ended on the red line. There was no more in the tank, and I was really proud that that's how I went out, regardless of performance or not.
I would say that you did, because you have posted a million stories about the slide at third base. Was that the bang that you had in mind?
It wasn't.
Was it a backfire? Like what was
like
that?
listen, as a righty who is not fast, your only shot at hitting a triple is getting it into that right field corner, just getting it into the abyss. And I saw it go there, and I thought, Sam, you got 2 more days of softball. Get yourself a triple. And as I'm rounding second base, kind of approaching shortstop position area, I just felt this little bit of an alarm go off in the old hammy. And I slid in at third, and I just was like, you can't get up. This was silly. So yeah, and the worst part, I do say, we talked about it after, is like my run didn't even score. Like I was on third base, we had 2 outs, and the run didn't score. So I'm like, I really could have just gone for a double. But you see that ball going in the corner, and you're like, triple, triple, triple.
Empty the tank, empty the tank.
So I truly did, and then tank emptied. Yes.
Emptied a little bit too quick. Yeah, got it.
My goodness. Yeah. Oh my God.
All right, I want to ask about the last night. So you play your last game.
Yes.
You end it with a hit. I would imagine that every year when AU comes to a close, that it's quite the evening once the games are done and the medals have been handed out. What is it like when not only your season is done, but your career is done? Do you have any stories from the evening? Keep in mind, this is the dirt. Feel free to share anything.
Yeah, no, AU does a really good job every year of throwing a wrap party. So they, they get shuttles and there's an open bar and there's food and dessert. And we went to a place that had bowling and arcade games as well as an open bar and food. So it was really,
Elevated.
yeah,
Okay.
I know.
I got a
It
brewery last year, so this is like
was like next level.
okay.
We're like, let's go somewhere we haven't gone. So we just, elevated the party a little bit. It
Yeah.
was really cool because my whole family was in town for the last game. So I got to kind of introduce them to people and, get them around all the staff that they hear about, but don't get to see because they're not there. And but the party, it was really cool. They ended up playing our retirement videos. The bar had a really big couple of screens. And so they played retirement videos from me, Halo, and Sachelle. And that was when it was like, dang, this isn't like your regular everyday end of the season party.
Dang,
My,
this isn't fun anymore.
yeah, my dad's crying behind me. People are patting me on the back. I'm like, am I dying?
Do I
It
have
was,
a
yeah.
terminal illness?
Yeah, it was really interesting. I told someone that if you really want to feel good about yourself, just retire because people say really, really nice things to you. But no, the party was great. The group of players was great. It was fun and it was really nice, kind of literal wrapping of everything.
I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, let's get to the reason why we're all here, though. This
Okay,
is called the dirt. Lock in here, Sam.
I'm
Buckle
scared.
up.
Okay.
Mama's driving again. You like that bit?
My hands are off the wheel,
It's not me.
for I am not
Shirt,
mama.
skirt. Here we go. So just give me the dirt because there were so many rookies this year at AU, and I feel like a lot of people were retiring, especially ones who have been around for so long and they've been able to see kind of the rise of AU and help be there from the beginning. But favorite rookie,
Ooh.
who and why?
I feel like I have to say two because one is Charlize Palacios, and that's
Duh.
just so obvious because she's kind of like our little sister, being so
Yeah.
close with Sachelle. That just was kind of an obvious one, and she was amazing. She transitioned so wonderfully, and just I mean, she came in and she kicked butt. So
Yeah.
that one's very very easy. I loved so many of the rookies, but one that really stands out to me was Kaylee Harding. Played a
Ooh.
she
Okay.
she is very much someone who it takes a second to kind of peel it back to kind of get in with her. And once we like spend some time together, I just really loved her. I think that she's going to be somebody who can have a long career. And I also think that she plays like a pro. The arm that she has is just unreal. She swings like a pro. She just is one of those people that you can just when you're around her, you just feel just so good, and you just know that she's just so genuine and so wonderful. So it's tough though because I could rattle off so many more. I think that they were so amazing. I loved Erin Koffel. I love Sarah Willis. Like I have nothing but good clean dirt things to say about all of them.
Clean dirt. That's what
Clean
I'd
dirt.
love to hear.
Clean
So
dirt.
you're basically saying Kaylee Harding is like Shrek. She's like an onion with layers, right? She has
What?
layers.
Hey, everybody loves Shrek. So
Everybody
at
loves
the end of the
Shrek.
day, yeah. No, I remember when we started to kind of goof around with each other a little bit, test the waters, and then just ended up straight up goofing off. And just I feel very strongly about her. I think she's amazing.
I was going to
Yeah.
ask you a little, slightly different question. Which of the rookies seem to acclimate the quickest? Because I would have to
Ooh.
assume that there's a little bit of nervousness, a little bit of
Yeah.
shyness. Who seemed to just, but besides maybe Charlize, since I think she probably knew a lot of y'all
Yeah.
from the olden days. Who seemed to acclimate? Sorry, Nicole. Who seemed to acclimate the quickest?
I think in a couple different realms, the answer is Lexi Kilfoyle. She came out and she dominated. She was so strong on the mound, and she was captain like the entire time. She just
Right. Like
what? Like this
what?
is Yeah, like this is hard.
It's hard? Like it's hard?
Yeah, exactly. Just shut down hitters, came in. She drafted differently every week. She did some different things with lineups that maybe players who have been around might not have done. She just kind of had a very fresh rookie perspective. But the reason that I think that that I feel like she's the answer to this question is that literally 2 days after I meet her, I came when all the rookies had reported, I went to her room to introduce myself, just welcome her and just say, hi, I'm Sam, if you need anything kind of stuff. I'm sitting in the training room. Obviously, Mendy, like the layout. You come out of the locker room and you're in the training room. And she walks out. I'm sitting in the Normatec boots. She walks out, doesn't skip a beat. She says, hey, grandma, and keeps walking. And I'm like, I love this kid.
She's a keeper. She's a keeper, all right.
Not even skip a beat, didn't say anything else, and then I didn't see her the rest of the day. It was just so awesome. So yeah, she encompasses the perfect transition, I think.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. So you
That's
retired.
true.
What is the new job title?
Yeah. So actually in January, I started working full-time for Athletes Unlimited as a marketing manager. So
what does a marketing manager do?
I just manage the marketing,
Right.
Wow.
It is what it says it is. No, I work for all 4 sports, and my main priority is centralized around our venues. So doing grassroots marketing events to where we can kind of like push people to come to our games. So in all of our different markets, like volleyball's coming up and it's actually in Arizona. So getting people out, hitting the ground running, getting our schedules out there, getting to volleyball events, stuff like that to really kind of spread awareness. That's my main responsibility, but there's just lots of different stuff sprinkled in and out that has to do with, fan facing stuff and in venue things. And yeah, I love it. I feel really fortunate.
Will you still have a say in maybe some of the new rookies that come in for softball, or maybe could you serve as like a emeritus consultant?
I, honest to God, would love to. I know with the announcement and the launch of AUSL, there could be some positions that might warrant something like that. So I don't know. I hope that I can still be. Yeah, I'm like, I know someone who might be interested. Yeah. So yeah, I think that could be really cool. I would love to. I feel like I have all this softball knowledge and experience over the years just by playing that I would love to put to good use to keep forging ahead.
Yeah. Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
All right. So not every week because we haven't been consistent, but
yeah, it's been like 3 weeks since we did a show.
Listen, I've been traumatized recently. Okay. Give me a break.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Every time we dirt, I show Gray a new song, and like 99% of the time, he's like, I hate it. I don't like that song. And I'm like, oh, this song's so great. And I'll like hype it up. And he's like, it's not doing it for me.
Oh, dear.
But while on the topic of songs, do you have like a current song that you're obsessed with? I know you're on TikTok, so I know you have TikTok songs. Like, do you have one that's like a real song? Is it just a TikTok sound?
No, it's called Going Light by Marcus Mumford.
Will you play it and like show us?
Yes, let me get that.
Yes.
My favorite thing that Spotify's been doing lately is they have the on repeat playlist. And so it will just kind of, if you're just feeling like the stuff that you're into, you just play your repeat playlist. So you want me to play the song right now?
Yeah, like just
keep
like
in
a
mind
5-second.
to the listeners, we don't have the rights to the music, so I will have to pause it. But for the video people, my face will not hide what I'm hearing and how I feel about it.
It's slower.
Gray, what's your thought?
You can stop.
It's mellow.
He said, you can stop.
I liked it.
I've heard enough.
I liked it a lot. And I'm going to download it.
Similar taste in music because we've had conversations about music, especially with the recent Taylor Swift album release.
Ooh, so Nicole was not a fan.
I don't
see, that's my style of music. Like a lot of people talk about the old versus the new Taylor, and I am super new Taylor.
Yeah.
This is the older stuff.
Yeah. I
yeah,
think
I
she's
understand.
a genius.
No, she's insane.
She's very smart.
Yeah,
And that's where I like Taylor Swift.
I love that.
Wow, the one thing all musicians want to hear is she's smart.
I like her for more than her appearance, okay?
Yeah.
She's more than her voice, okay?
Oh, Sam just texted me the song. Thanks, Sam.
She's like, you'll need this for later.
Yes, for later. Enjoy.
Enjoy.
I love that question. I love music. I love music so much. So that was a really fun question. Thank you.
I get so excited every week, and every week he's just like, I'm like, all right.
Why are you making me seem like a grandpa?
You're not a grandpa.
I'm hip. Remember? We started off with the rock and roll
thing. You're not doing yourself any favors, Justin. I think like your aura points went down like 5. Like
I don't know what that means.
Minus. You got on TikTok.
I did re-download TikTok for the first time since I was in college.
Wow.
He does not have a profile picture though.
That feels good.
Wait, no, yes I do.
You uploaded one? Whenever he first followed me, he didn't have one, and I was like, "Who is this?" I was like, "This is."
Hacked him.
It was like grade 2511 or like something like, and I was like, "What is this spam account?"
Yeah, look, there I am.
There you go. Nice. Okay.
That's from the 2019 Iron Bowl.
Beautiful.
My profile says, "I don't know how this works."
Classic bio line.
Classic guy right there.
Totally.
That's me.
That's you. I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a video of Haley McClenny, Halo, and she was golfing, and I was like, oh. She was like, put down one swing for another swing or something, and I was like, you know what? Golfing is fun. I'm a fan. But I just knew that she would be itching to like do something. Yes. Have you felt that itch? I saw your like Diet Coke video. Coke, the McDonald's one.
Oh,
what is that?
The first few days, the first few days after season are like a real countdown where you're like, who am I? What am I doing? And people were really sweet. They got me McDonald's gift cards for retiring. And so I'm just like, great, I can eat my feelings for free. So yeah, that's where I was a few days into it. But no, the only itch I really have is getting into most of these books here. I am excited. I feel like I'm gonna have time and mental space to like reach my reading goals. And I also like Halo is very like sportsy, right? Like she
what?
She's I know you guys might not know this about her. Very sportsy person. But like as soon as I saw that she was golfing, I'm like, yeah, no, that
yeah.
My like itch, I can't wait to like go to the gym for like a year in a row, because you go to the gym all off season and then it's really hard to keep up with it in the season.
Yeah.
My itch is like just going to the gym and just continuing to go to the gym.
That's so funny because my ick is going to the gym. So
that's why we're balancing each other out.
It's called yin and yang right there.
Yes,
you can take my space.
I'll take your space, and you get the recovery, and then we're a great team.
What's your favorite book in that bookshelf to read multiple times?
The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I know it's devastating, but
I know it's devastating.
And you say these shelves because Harry Potter is on that shelf, because that would have been my actual answer, but it's on its own shelf.
Its own shelf, where it belongs.
Yeah, it needs a special kind of designation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The Fault in Our Stars. It's rough, but
that's your emotional roller coaster that you like to ride on sometimes.
Yeah, and it's a one-dayer. You just get it, you read it, and you put it back.
It's a quick ride. Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like last year, A Little Life was like the book that everyone was reading.
Yes.
And obviously, like that is like, I don't know, that's like a trek through the mountain and back. Like that is an emotional drainer. Yes. What was the book this year? Because there's so many people at AU that love to read. Like what's the book?
So I think people are still really into the fantasy, like the Sarah J. Maas or Maas books, like the Court of Thorn and Roses and those books. I am rereading Harry Potter. So I was in my own life. But yeah, I ended up reading A Little Life after the season last year, and
Did you cry?
I was ready to be destroyed, and I finished all 700 and something pages, and I was like,
Sam, you are sick. You're sick.
I realized
Sam doesn't cry.
no,
Is this a book that I should read?
No.
it's a lot, but
it like you just cry a lot.
Super heavy. I mostly I ended up kind of getting irritated. So I was like, Sam, you gotta figure things out.
Do you know my great book shame, ladies? I'm not sure the last novel that I read, because the one that sticks in my head so much is when I read Gone Girl.
Ooh.
And that rocked me like a hurricane. That's for you, Sam reference. So much that I was like not inspired to read anymore because I didn't think it could get better.
You were traumatized.
I was like, we can't get back here.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like watch movies and read like other stuff.
Sure. I appreciate that. I think that good books can really knock you out of reading.
Yeah. That's like the exact opposite of what they're supposed to do.
Right? You just want to keep going, but you're like, oh, this is as good as it gets.
Like we've hit the pinnacle. That's it.
This is too good. I'll never read another book again.
Done.
Yeah, no, I went like full just walk off into the sunset. I was like, you know what? Me and Gillian Flynn, we out.
Roll the credits.
You're retired.
Basically.
I love it.
Someone in the comments is gonna be like, this doofus doesn't read, I'm shocked. It's like, no, I do read, just not novels as much anymore.
That's fair.
I listened to an audiobook.
Love.
I was running, and so I was like, I just need something to fill the time.
Yeah.
And so I started listening to an audiobook. So that's been fun.
That's great.
I have a friend who's literally she's training for like a half marathon, and she's been listening to Harry Potter on her runs.
That's
and she's like, I'm only halfway through. It's great. Like they last forever.
Yeah.
I was like, you're right.
Yeah. That's taking you through to the finish line.
Literally, start to finish.
Those are fun to listen to.
Yeah. Okay, Gray. What's the game?
Oh, well,
yeah.
Okay. I do have a game at the ready. I wasn't sure if we were ready to go there yet, but I'm down.
Oh no, we can chit chat for more.
No,
I found a great drink that I could talk about for about 15 minutes too. So
you know what? Here's the game. Well, actually, you know what, Sam? I'm gonna ask you one more question before we play the game. I'm gonna switch it up. You know, I've known you as a pro. Mindy's known you as a pro. We did not know you when you were in college, when you were just absolutely kicking butt and taking names at Loyola. So we want to know the dirt on your college experience and how it looks different and sounds different when you talk to the rookies at AU.
Yeah.
And B, your favorite road trip story from college.
Ooh, yeah.
The road trip one's really easy because go Lions. We went to Vegas to play at UNLV, I think 3 out of my 4 years. And I'm pretty sure we went because my coach, Gary, loved the Rio buffet. Like every year we went to Vegas, we went to the Rio buffet more than once. We didn't stay at the Rio, but we went to the Rio buffet. We stayed somewhere else off the strip. And then we would make sure that at least once that trip in Vegas that we would go to the Rio buffet. And have you guys been in Vegas to the Rio buffet?
I've never been to Vegas, period.
Never?
No, yeah.
I went once and saw Celine Dion.
That's epic.
Our whole family went. We saw Celine Dion and Cirque du Soleil.
Oh.
Okay, you win compared to the Rio buffet, but it's very close. The
Rio buffet, Celine Dion.
Yes, outstanding. I only wish that I could have watched Celine while I was eating at the Rio buffet.
Or watch Celine eating at the Rio buffet.
I would have paid.
Boy.
So this buffet was organized in different like cultures, food, and different, there's like Italian food, American food, Mexican food, Japanese, Chinese. Like it just went through all these different types of food, and it just was so much fun because you're like, what country's food or what culture's food am I going to eat today? And the Rio buffet had it, and so
So it's the Olympic Village. Got it.
It is the Olympic Village. Yes, outstanding, perfect. So, yeah, but the college experience, I feel like I only can bond with the people I went to LMU with at the time, because even now, one of our rookies, Morgan DeBoard, she graduated from Minnesota, but she did 4 years at LMU. Our college experience looked completely different. Like we rolled up to the field at 12:30 for practice, and we were leaving at 2:30 to go get some lunch. Like, yeah, we were just like the backyard baseball, neighborhood kids, you know, bad news bears, if you will.
Sandlot vibe.
Yes, all just wrapped into one. I mean, we did have some serious stuff. Like we had 6 a.m. weights 4 times a week. So
did that make you Benny if you guys were the Sandlot?
You know what? I could have been. I sometimes feel like, wait, what's the kid who's the main character? I don't think I was Benny and the Jets, but the kid who, when they told him to run home, he ran home. What's the main kid's name in Sandlot?
Give me 12 seconds.
Benny was the main character. What do you mean?
Benny, I wish to be Benny, but I was.
You're talking about Scotty Smalls.
Smalls?
Smalls? No, Smalls had the glasses.
Ham Porter. No.
He's the one that got hit in the eye.
Not Squints. It was just like
the one. Smalls. Yeah, he is Smalls. Smalls.
Okay, so that's I think I was Smalls, because like run home, and he just like ran home. I feel like that would have been me at LMU.
And I just go to third, and then
and then he went to third.
Yeah. So, but no, I mean, it was great. I really feel like I look back and I think of all the things that I've had to do as a pro, and you know, Mendy, like a lot of stuff you do is on your own. Bless my coach Gary, but like a lot of the stuff that I had to do if I wanted to get better was on my own. Like I'd stay after practice, I would do extra, I'd go home on the weekends and work out with my dad. Like a lot of those things that I learned, I feel like helped carry me through my pro career. But man, I wouldn't change a thing. It was the best.
Yeah.
But
I love that.
Right?
Are you ready?
Is it time for the game?
It's that time. You guys, you want to play a game?
All right. Yeah. Sam, it's a trap. It's not. Okay, so growing up, whenever we had a guest, we had this basket. It was like a little picnic basket looking thing, a little tiny thing. And it had cards in it with questions. And so we would pull out the cards and ask everybody at the table a question. We call it dinner table questions.
So cute.
Yeah.
What's your name also?
We don't do it anymore because I live here and we literally all live at 4 different homes. But I found the game and I wrote down some questions. So I know what they are, but I don't know what number I'm going to get because I've numbered them 1 through 3. So Sam, you are our guest.
Okay.
Pick a number between 1 through 3 and that will determine your question.
I would like 2, please.
Ooh.
2, pick number 2.
What's your irrational fear? Is it backwards?
Yeah, for sure.
It is backwards, but I love that.
What's your irrational fear?
I feel like when I was little, I was afraid that there were sharks in the pool, like when we go swimming.
Yes.
There had to have been sharks in this body of water in the
Always.
backyard. But as an adult, I don't know if this is irrational or not. I really, really am afraid of freeway overpasses. Like
the kind over water, or just the kind that are really high?
Like an interchange, like you're just kind of going through and you're going from one freeway to the next, going over a freeway overpass. I like lose the feeling in my hands. I just don't.
She's like, I black out.
So you're afraid of driving on them, or afraid of the concept of freeway overpasses?
I think it's more just like being on them. Like I know that they're necessary, but it also is probably a little bit connected to being a little afraid of heights, which is very rational. But it's freeway overpasses. They get me. Like we'll be driving. My husband will be driving. I'm like, yep, I can't feel my hands. I don't know what's going on.
Ah!
And when I'm driving, I'm like, okay, Sam, you could do this. You could do this. So yeah,
Positive affirmation. Here we go.
Yeah. Freeway overpasses.
Oh, wow.
That's
Wow.
definitely irrational because they're kind of everywhere. So I don't really know how you avoid them.
I don't. I can't. You can't avoid them. I just
She overcomes her fear every
I wait
single
till the
day.
feeling comes back into my hands.
How long does that take?
Right when you like kind of start going back down, I'm like, okay, cool, we made it.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems
That's actually
unsafe, but
wild.
I'm glad that you've made it work.
You know what we're doing? I think you know what I think it stems from is the Rainbow Road in Mario Kart.
You know,
just
that's
like-
fair.
You're
just-
flying off of that thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sweating thinking about this.
Like, look.
I gave you my hands. Anyway, that's me.
I got numb. I got numb.
Thank you for asking.
I do think the sharks one though is like universal. I had that same
Yeah.
fear.
I hope so. It's crazy.
Basically until like maybe
No.
9 years old. No, you still think that there are sharks in the pool?
Like there was a big light in our pool, and our pool is deep. It was like 12 feet deep.
Ooh.
And then you like would flick it, and then the light would like go off, and so it was just like you could feel emptiness below you. And I was like, for sure, sharks gonna come on, like turn on the light and it'll go away. But still to this day, like if somebody like turns the lights off in a pool, I'm like, can't go in the water. There's sharks. Somebody raise the red flag. Like sharks in the water. Yeah, I didn't grow out of that one.
Really? My shark fear is like I don't actually ever go in the ocean. I'll go like shin deep.
Shin deep.
Yeah, shin. Occasionally I'll get to the knee,
Ooh,
but
scandalous.
I'm so convinced that I'm the target if one comes by because I'm so much bigger than everybody around me. And it's like they're gonna be like, look at that seal. Let's go after him. And
personal.
that's so I'm very concerned about that.
You know what makes me laugh is like the sharks that are underwater can only see like to the water line. So like they don't know that you're that much bigger.
They just see your feet.
That does nothing to assuage my fears.
Oh dang. I was trying to make you feel better. I'm like, hey, look, like it could be like, nah, I don't want to snack on that. I want to snack on that. Like
what if it jumps out?
Just like a little jump and bite, like a little drive-by chomp.
Just like a little peek.
That's tough.
Yeah. I think my irrational fear was quicksand growing up.
Oh yes. Why are we so afraid of it? I've never
like.
Does it even really exist?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
No, but like really
in like swamps and deserts, I think.
Okay, but really,
so like not anywhere that I'm ever gonna be.
There.
So, but yeah, it's
quicksand.
Quicksand is a real thing.
Good answer.
Okay. I mean, yes. I'm not like some quicksand
I didn't
truther.
judge you with your shark theory over there.
I'm not judging quicksand either.
All right, Shen's easy.
Pick a number, Nicole.
3. Pick number 3, my lord.
I'm so happy.
What's one of your embarrassing teenage memories?
Ooh. There's 2 ways. Sam, talk about the palm sweating. My palms immediately, like, I like still get secondhand embarrassment. I think of 2. One is just a photo. And thank God I didn't know about this beforehand because I would have pulled it up. But since I didn't, you'll just have to take me at my word. I did not know how to do makeup. And I was just like, hey, like, I know foundation's a thing. I know mascara's a thing. And I know eyeliner's a thing.
Oh, no.
And then I also didn't know that moderation was also a thing. So it was like foundation, harsh line, and then it was like top and bottom eyeliner. My eyes looked literally like that big because it was just like, and then mascara was like awful. Somewhere on some social media, there's a picture somewhere.
We have to see
it's not pretty. It's not pretty.
Excuse me while I do some searching.
And the second one, so I was homeschooled my whole life, but I did like play for a private Christian school for basketball and softball. And we had just gotten back on the way from an away basketball game, and like there was this guy that I thought was so cute, and like I heard rumblings from his friends that he kind of thought I was cute, and we're like sitting on the bus, and I'm like kind of feeling myself, my eyeliner and everything, and I'm like, what did he see in me? Then I don't know, but I don't know. But then I'm like sitting on the bus and my friend comes up to me and she's like, "Ooh, like I heard that he's gonna try to kiss you, like whenever we get off the bus." And I'm like,
Whoa.
and I was like, okay. I never held hands with a boy until I got to college. So like
This is big time.
I was like, I don't like him that much. So I did what anybody rational would do. And as soon as the bus stopped, I was towards the front. I ran off and I ran into the restroom, the women's restroom.
Good.
And he was outside the door. My friend came in. She's like, "He's outside." And I was like, I told her to tell him that I was pooping and that it would be a while. Yeah. Yeah. When I finally got my courage to walk out, he was not there. I hid in there for like 35 minutes. I was nervous. I had to work up my nerve. So yeah, nothing ever came of that crush, but you know, you live and you learn.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
And
great story.
I never talked to a guy until I got to college after that. So yeah. I think I traumatized myself a little bit too
Yeah.
on that. Yeah, for sure.
Self-protected for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, oh my God.
That's amazing. That's an amazing story.
You know, I
Yeah.
see Sam nodding. That's because that's exactly how she and her husband met. So
He's like, I'm pooping, go away. And he's like, oh wait.
Yeah, I'm here to stay. That's how you know. That's the test right there.
wow.
Jimmy.
If they stay through the Sunday scaries, they're the one.
One. Yeah, that is the test.
Oh, great. Yours would be being bit by a human being, I'm assuming.
Oh. No, I wasn't a teenager then.
Oh,
I guess no, I was. Yeah, when I was bit by a human being. I've told you that story, right, Sam?
I think so. It's like sounds so familiar. How could you forget?
Yeah, the scar remains right here.
Oh,
I was attacked whilst defending others, and
a hero.
you know, not all of us wear capes.
no.
Some
Or-
of us just drive to Krispy Kreme.
He's like,
Oh my gosh, outstanding.
at your service, ma'am.
I was gonna say when I sang at a talent show, "Bless the Broken Road" by Rascal Flatts.
Is there a
What a
video
song choice.
floating around? Did any of your
There has
parents
to
get
be.
that?
I don't believe so.
It was in that era though that like moms had camcorders all the time.
No comment.
Oh,
Okay, I've gotten his mom on the dirt before. I know the next dirt question I'm gonna ask her.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Bring out the
for
footage.
sure. Need
Bless
that
the
footage.
Broken Road. I'm dead. That's a good one. Banger.
Do you have
Okay,
one,
yeah.
Sam? What would you say?
My existence is embarrassing. Like it's really hard to pick, like a random Tuesday. But I had a box that my dad had in their garage, and he brought it over, and there was this 12-page printout of AIM messaging. Did you guys do AIM?
Yeah.
Great. Phew. Me and my crush. Okay, this is in 2002.
He printed it out.
I just loved this conversation so much that I must have just printed it and then
You printed it
I
out.
printed it. So I'm going through. He has no interest in me. I'm like bugging the crap out of him. You know, in texts where it's like all
He's so
blue.
dry.
Yeah, you're just like blue, just like double texting. This was me on AIM. And I'm just badgering this kid. And he's finally like, hey, what's up? Cool. Giving me nothing. And so I had asked him, I was like, so on a scale of 1 to 10, I knew he liked this girl, Jackie. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot do you think Jackie is? He said 9. I was like, cool. And they said, what about me? And he said 6.5. And I said, thanks with an X. Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks.
So,
And you printed it?
yeah, I was like, that is the highest compliment I'm probably ever going to get in my life. 6.5 from my middle school crush.
Tipping the scales. Man, middle school is brutal.
What a
It takes no
savage-
prisoners.
Yeah.
No prisoners.
I had, like, I think I came out of the womb with no shame because I was like, okay, how hot do you think I am? Like,
So, what's that
Jack is a 9.
movie with the comedian? She's blonde.
You're gonna
and
need to
she's
be
like,
more specific.
okay, listen, I'm gonna give you details. She's blonde and she is like riding on a Peloton bike, and then or not Peloton, but like a cycle class, and then she falls, bumps her head, and then she wakes up thinking she's the hottest thing in the entire world.
Oh my God. Is that
That's
Brittany something.
is that Amy Schumer?
I was gonna
Yes,
say,
it
isn't
is
that
Amy
Amy
Schumer.
Schumer?
Yes.
I'm
I
still
know.
That was
pretty
you
or
in middle
something.
school. You're like,
Oh yeah, yes.
6.5.
I feel pretty or something like that.
I feel
Yes.
pretty. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah,
See,
so
I
that
told
was
you the
Sam when
context clues would come out.
she was
Yeah.
12. Yeah. So
Yeah.
just had
That
a,
was you at 12.
yeah, because like speaking of when my husband and I did meet, I walked right up to him and I said, I like you. And he said, okay. So it just stayed consistent.
Hey, I like you.
Yeah, this 6.5 has got a crush on you. So anyway, that's my story. What's the next question?
I really don't have a transition, so I'm glad you did, Sam. Number 1. What's the worst/weirdest job you've ever had? I'm gonna be honest. I've never really had a bad job. I've never had a bad job that I like hated, like worst job. But I will say, in retrospect, the weirdest job, I spent 7 years as a ball boy at the SEC tournament, which sounds awesome. And then you look at the duties, which are basically wiping sweat for 7 years at the SEC men's basketball tournament. I got great seats and I got a lot of great memories, but yeah, for 7 years I wiped sweat on a basketball floor. 7 years is a long time to do that.
Yeah, that's committed to the bit.
Yeah, so that's probably like I guess the weirdest. I don't know. I've been lucky, I guess. I used to like walk dogs all the time, and I tried once to do like the whole 12 dogs at once thing. That didn't go well.
No, how could it?
I was like, this will be fun. Yeah, everybody drop them off at 2. No,
Not fun.
It did not happen.
no.
No.
Gosh,
I was
Yeah.
young.
I don't think I have an answer for this either.
Yeah. I don't think the first job I ever had that was like a job. I had an internship my junior year in marketing. So
Ooh,
hit me up, Sam.
marketing and managing the marketing.
Yeah. I didn't get to the managing of the marketing. I just got to the marketing.
Fair.
Right. Because I was, a junior in
Right.
college. So yeah.
Dang.
But yeah, I like, it sounds so corny. I've never had to work a day in my life. I love my jobs. I don't know. Like, I don't think I've had a weird one.
I think we're all kind of 3 in the same boat of like every job that we've had, we kind of love.
All my
Listen.
jobs have softball in them.
Yeah, I did work at Barnes and Noble for 4 months.
That's a
And
solid job, though.
Oh no, dream job. I mean,
Yeah.
literally, it's like pro softball player, Barnes and Noble, same. But there was a point where they were like, okay, we're gonna have to teach you how to clean the bathrooms, and so that would have been my answer. But
So then she quit.
but then I quit. So
Like, I actually handed in my name tag, right?
yeah, I was like, actually, no, I'm good. I like this employee discount was great, but not worth it. So
Can I check out and then quit, or like how does
yeah,
that work?
yeah. So that would have been my answer, but I did not have to clean the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll draw 3 better questions next time because
No,
the first 2 were
such
bangers, but it's
Yeah.
hard to complain about a bad job when none of us have had bad jobs.
Very
Yeah.
lucky.
Oh, look at that.
Is it
All
time
right.
for the stain?
It's time for the stain.
Okay, Sam, it's time for the stain, which
Oh,
is the
nice.
part of the show where we wrap up and we give like a parting thought.
Okay.
Something that's been sticking in your craw that you want to get out.
like an ick, an annoyance, like just something that you're like, I just need to talk about this.
Ooh. Do you guys have one as well?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we're all gonna
Okay.
get one.
Okay, I want to listen first so then I can get the wheels turning.
Nicole, you go.
Gray, you first.
All right, college kids, listen up. I'm going full grandfather again.
All right, kiddos.
Just because you're in college and you think you're invincible doesn't mean that you actually are. You have to pay attention to stoplights, where sidewalks are, the sign that says walk, do not walk, all things that are important. You might get hit by a car if you appear from behind another car whilst crossing the street in the middle of the road. It's possible. So college kids, I'm begging you, please utilize a little bit of awareness. Bikers, you too. You don't run the streets. Okay? Like, I'm just saying, I need everyone to be a little bit more conscientious of where they are when they do things. Because
Drivers are people too.
like nothing kills me more than when I'll see like a gaggle of girls cross the street 10 feet in front of where a crosswalk is. Just go right there and do it. It's not hard. College kids, that is your message. That is my stand.
Wow, that was powerful. Thank you.
That was really.
I've been thinking it for years. And you know what? I tried to not be. I'm sure I was in college. I'm sure I was the idiot that like popped out somewhere. But I feel like it's so rampant now because kids don't pay attention when they're doing things because they all have headphones on, and no one has any idea what's happening. So just awareness, children, please. I'm 27 years old, not 67. By the way,
you know what? I'll follow on your theme. Taxes. Okay. Why in the world does no one talk about finances? And why does no one tell you that taxes, like, explain how to do them and what tax form is for what? Like, why don't they talk to you about that in high school? Parents, talk to your kids about taxes, because I had no freaking idea. This year was a pain. Last year was a pain. The year before that was a pain. And I'm like, does it ever get easier? Unless I'm a CPA, like, what am I doing? Oh my gosh. I just like, also, like, somebody was like, you should read this book. And it's talking about, so I find myself now reading a book about taxes, trying to figure out like
that sounds horrible.
How to figure it out. Yeah, it is horrible. Because I love my jobs, but they're like very weird. And I don't always get traditional like tax forms. So I'm over here like, oh, I'm a 1099, but I'm also a W-2. And then I have like 5 other tax forms that I'm filling out. And also I kind of sort of made a lot of money, but like also definitely not. So what do I apply to? Where are my breaks? Also, I'm single, so I get 0 tax breaks either. So I'm like, that's fun. That is discriminatory of people who are single government. So
you mean unmarried?
Yeah, unmarried.
We've had that conversation.
We have had that conversation before. Whew, Sam, you're lucky you didn't get on. You're lucky that wasn't my stain this week. So yeah.
I like this part of the show. This is fun.
Yeah, it's great. It's like a weight off your chest, and you're like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I think I have one. I don't like when people talk about their own experiences and then say like, there's no way your experience is better than mine. Or like, oh, you think that you love this? Well, I love this more. Where it's like, actually, just maybe we just let everybody have their own experiences. Like I don't know if it's like a comparing thing or what, but anytime I see someone say like, you don't know because I love this the most or something, I'm like, please stop saying that, because everybody's allowed. Yeah, please just let everybody enjoy. I'm so happy you enjoyed your experience or you love this thing, but let's just not take away from the other people who are experiencing these things or enjoying these things as well, you know? Just do it.
Hey, just shut your lips. Shut your lips closed like this.
Shut your face.
Just do your
Meow.
thing. Enjoy
Go
it.
like this, and then go,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
easy.
Quiet coyote.
I feel like I should have delivered that a little more passionately, like Gray and the crosswalks, but I still feel strongly about it.
That Gray did say though, he's been holding that up for years.
No, that
So
was
that was
good.
like, that feels like 4+ years of like pent up.
Y'all have no
Feelings.
idea how many tweets are in my drafts about it.
I can't.
And I know the second I post it, somebody's gonna be like, huh, boomer. I'm like, it's not worth it. But
Oh,
Sam, I feel you. I feel exactly. And you know what? I co-sign.
thank you. I co-signed to all of your guys's as well. This is a nice collective.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good little
So
round table.
be better, people.
Come on, people.
Hey, be better. Hey, you. Be better.
And that's the stain.
Oh.
Sam, Nicole, is there anything else? Do we have anything else that we need to cover with Sam? I feel like we kind of crushed it.
Yeah, you're great.
You guys are great.
You're great. From the ham numbness to the 12-page document to you talking about, just your college road trips to all the rookies this year. Like you're seriously the best. So thanks for coming on. Love you.
Oh, thank you for having me. Yeah. That's cool. I can't do that. You guys rock.
Gray loves that.
I'm so addicted to the look. Let's see if we can get. Oh no, we can't. I thought maybe we could do multiple at one. Yeah, Sam, you're the best.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming on the dirt. Congratulations on retirement. And we will see you soon.
That's right. Thanks, you guys.
Dirt people. I guess that's what our fan club is called now. I don't know where that came from. Thanks
Dirty
for
girl.
tuning in.
Fun fact, that's what Coach would call us. Whenever we'd have like modern music playing on our speakers, she'd walk into modern music and she'd walk in and she'd be like, "You were dirty girls listening to those songs."
Oh my
and then
god.
she'd walk out and we'd be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Dirty girls, yeah.
Turn it up.
All right, well, all you dirty girls out there, we'll be back next time on The Dirt. Thanks to our special guest, Sam Fischer. That's Nicole. I'm Gray.